Now, if you take a stroll through Inglewood, you might see the face of a celebrity, luminary, iconic Calgarian smiling back at you. A new mural of actor Paul Sun-Hyung Lee is up on the Blue Store. Now, Paul played Appa in Kim's Convenience. He's in The Mandalorian and the Netflix version of Avatar: The Last Airbender, among other projects. Now, the mural was commissioned by Made New, which promotes the Canadian entertainment industry. For his reaction to his Inglewood likeness on the big wall, Paul Sun-Hyung Lee joins us now. Good morning to you, Paul.
Good morning to you.
Hey, the mural is absolutely beautiful. Have you spent any time with it yet?
I have not seen it in person, but I've had many, many friends and people send me pictures of it, and I'm blown away by it. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, what's that like, seeing a big painting of yourself, especially up in Inglewood, in Calgary?
Yeah, no, it's very flattering. It's such a tremendous honor. It's humbling, and yeah, no, I'm ecstatic. I mean, it really is. There's a huge mix of emotions, pride, joy, and just a sense of accomplishment, and the feeling of being seen and loved. It's great. It really is great.
Well, I'm glad that lands in just such a way. You are loved, that's for sure. Were you involved at all in the design process for the mural?
No, there's a fantastic artist who designed it and actually performed did the picture of it, and I was just asked to contribute a couple of photos or images that I would like to have done, and so I picked a picture that was taken at the Paley Fest in Los Angeles a few months ago, and to me it really just landed right because it's just me. That picture is just, I'm wearing a hat that I've had for years, wearing it's just me kind of smiling and being a goof. And so I just sort of thought that really spoke to who I am, because I like to pride myself on just being grounded and authentic.
Mm-hmm.
So
now, our radio audience won't see this, but we've got you on Zoom, and there's all kinds of figurines, and like there's an aesthetic. You got your mustache waxed up. I wondered, like, in terms of this image that's on the wall, the mural, what are some of the sort of visual elements and even text elements that help tell your story?
yeah, they have a quote on there from a mini TEDx talk that I did a while ago, and it spoke to changing people's perceptions about you. And I think that kind of speaks to the journey that I've had in my career, in my life. You know, just small town kid sort of does well in the in the entertainment industry, from very, very humble beginnings. When I started, not very many people thought that I would reach this level of success, myself included. You know, I just wanted to act and to work. And, a lot of obstacles along the way, from systemic racism to just lack of roles for someone who looked like me, to my parents not really fully being on board, not actively standing in the way, but not fully approving of what I was doing. And so that message, I think, hopefully serves as an inspiration for anybody in the BIPOC community, or anybody out there who is being underestimated, or feels that they don't have the support that they should have, or that they would like on their journey. I also love the inclusion of my name in Hangul. That's a Korean alphabet on there, Lee Sun-Hyung, which is great. The city skyline is amazing. You know, Calgary is my hometown. I grew up there. I miss it dearly, and there's always a sense of pride when I come back to Calgary to see how much it's grown, and how much it's been thriving since I've been away, which is awesome. And I also love the fact that it is on the side of a convenience store in a multicultural neighborhood, and that the store is run by a Korean Canadian family, apparently. So that it just fits on so many different levels. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that the name of the artist is Charmaine Wong, who designed that lovely, lovely, lovely mural.
It is fantastic. So, and hey, no shade on Inglewood, of course, but that's not where you grew up. Like, tell us a little bit about your Calgary growing up.
Yeah, that's right. They asked me where I'd like to, where I thought. I grew up in the Northwest. So, I went to Sir Winston Churchill High School, and before that, I was at St. Helens Junior High and Corpus Christi Elementary School. So the Northwest is where I landed and where I grew up. My dad's fish and chips restaurant was across the street from James Fowler High School on 4th Street and 40th Avenue. And so, it's like that was where I kind of initially sort of posited that a mural would go great there. But then they came up with the location in Inglewood and explained the makeup of the neighborhood. And it just, it was nice. It's known as the Blue Store, which is great. So it's got a lovely backdrop. It is sort of, a destination place for a lot of people in that neighborhood. And so it just fit on so many different levels to have my picture there. And honestly, they could have put it anywhere in Calgary and I would have been overjoyed.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I just wanted you to share some of that story about your coming up in the city. Like, how is Calgary part of where you are now? I know you said where you are now is something you didn't expect either, but what is the sort of the Calgary connective part of this?
Well, it's just, that's where I grew up. I saw Empire Strikes Back there. I saw Star Wars in Toronto. I was like 5 years old, but then Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, that was, in Calgary at the Palliser, and then again on the what is it called again? It was on 8th Avenue. It's not there anymore. I think it's turned into a huge bar now.
Okay.
But so that was the connection there, and the friends that I made, and I was raised in Calgary, right? So my sense of who I am, being polite to people, being kind to people, that sort of Western hospitality that I always love when we go back home, is wonderful. And Calgary has been sort of instrumental in terms of opening the door for me to explore the different facets of my life. Growing up, my parents really, really wanted me to be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer, to get into the sciences and maths and stuff. But it is in Calgary where I discovered my artistic side, where I got to draw and get into reading and writing. And sort of at the very, very beginning, it was sort of because of the program that I was in at Sir Winston Churchill High School that I became interested in the arts and sort of made that jump from writing and performing in sketches to actually trying my hand at acting. And so when I went to U of T, like, I enrolled in the drama program in no small part because of the experiences that I had in Calgary, exploring that artistic side. And so Calgary always has a very large part in my heart there. I have like core memories that are based in Calgary, from the winters to the Chinooks. I still love those. The Rocky Mountains are my best friends. And, living in the foothills, just off of Nose Hill, again, just tremendous foundational memories for me. And that's why Calgary is always very special. And I'm so honored that Made New chose me to be representing Calgary.
Yeah, no, I'm great. It's beautiful to hear the way it lands for you, the honor sort of part of it. It's just such a beautiful piece of work. So a tip of the hat for sure to the artist. And it'll be something, people will be sending you selfies in front of your likeness in Inglewood for decades to come. It's awesome to speak with you. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you so much for your time.
Sun-Hyung, have a wonderful day, sir.
Thank you very much, Lauren.